So companies copy each other, right? That's a given. So what happens in the car modification scene when companies copy each other? Are you getting the same quality, or what are you getting in return? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, and welcome back to another Talking Mods. So on today's topic, it's a topic I kind of covered. I talked about replica versus real in the wheel market. Now, I wanted to cover where companies are copying each other in terms of products. Now that's okay. You know, there's different suspension companies. They make different springs. Well, they all have different philosophies. A spring is a spring, right? But no, they have different ride heights and so forth. Now, if you're wondering where this is coming from, I'm the CEO of ModBargains. I've got 17 years of doing it. We sell tons of products all across on our website. We have everything for you guys. We are happy to help you guys out in modifying your car. And we're going to direct you in the right way if you want our help. If you don't, all the information's there on the website. On this topic, what I'm covering is companies that copy other companies. And I'm going to kind of go into a story here because I think it's very important. And now this is before the whole EPA and so forth, but Downpipes in general, there was one company, and I will say their name. It was AR Design. I don't think they're around anymore. And AR Design was a great little small company, made downpipes. And they were one of the first ones to make downpipes for the N54. They made it for other vehicles from Porsche to Volkswagens, and they were doing a lot of great things. They were in the Colorado area, in Denver. So Andrew was the owner, and he was always, very much an engineer. He loved to tinker, and he would spend his time building out these products. Now, developing a product takes time. He had come out, and his downpipe had produced great numbers. A lot of people wanted it. It was very reliable. The fitment was great, and it kind of became the de facto downpipe. Now, this small 3, 4, 5-man team became the de facto product. That's to say that the big name brands, the Akrapovich, I might be saying their name wrong, the other whatever big names were out there at the time did not match up.
Yeah, you ain't no competition.
AR Design really did have a great downpipe. Now they're no longer around.
Why?
Well, they made a great product and they got copied. They got copied by companies out in China, Taiwan, and so forth. Part of business. And they tried to innovate into other areas. They kind of went with, hey, we're going to stick with high quality. Do I think that they were wrong in sticking to high quality? No, because Andrew, the owner, would race his vehicles. He would take it out to the drag strip and it would go on real race cars, and it was actually being used. So he wanted to make sure for his clients and the customers that were purchasing it that it was actually being used to the highest degree. Now we're talking about high horsepower vehicles, real high temperatures and so forth. How did it make it so much cheaper? One, they took the original part, put it on, they just straight up copied it, didn't do any of the engineering or the testing and fitments and all that. So they saved a bunch of time by taking a direct copy. But in terms of cost, China and Taiwan went with a casted downpipe. So the metal was casted while Andrew was welding it and using, surgical steel, the kind of surgical steel that you'd use in a hospital that has high, can handle high grade temperature, not going to warp, not going to have any deformities. Welding, if the welds weren't good enough, he would redo them. Real high level quality, real engineering, and spent a lot of time. In the long run, that got killed. And it wasn't just him, it was multiple different companies from China. I'm not going to name them. We carry some of them because you guys as consumers carry them. Now, you will ask me, why do you carry them if you believe in Andrew? I do believe in products that are great. And I tell you guys, and I'm creating this content to tell you guys, hey, here's the great content. Do I agree with it? It all depends. I was there. I've been in that position. We need to have, as a company, we need to have some of the low cost items for you guys. Do I love selling them? No, I don't, because I do make those recommendations. And if we can find the one that was best value, we will tell you. We will say, hey, this is the best value. You go to the ModBargains blog article, we'll tell you which ones we recommend. We will tell you which ones we don't. We make the recommendations based on the ones that we like. Now, I do curate it. I make sure that those companies are still reputable. They're still going to be around. But, you do get what you pay for. And that's the basic part of all this, right? So companies copying other companies, well, Andrew went out of business, couldn't keep up. They took all the volume, and just his volume went down. And it wasn't resting all on one product. There were all other multiple reasons, but when companies are copying another company, it hurts it. So in front of me, I put a product out. I'm not going to go into specifically the companies. Maybe you guys know them, maybe you don't. But I'll show you the difference and why we would recommend one over the other. Now, this is a charge pipe, very similar to a downpipe. It's just piping, right? So here in this charge pipe, I'm going to show you guys a normal one, a reputable brand that I know is building it out of 304 stainless steel. They're welding it together. They have mandrel bent and all that stuff. They're doing everything right. Very high quality, good fitment. So I don't think their brand name is on here, which is good. So if you were to look inside, it would be nice and smooth. You would look inside here, it's nice and smooth. I don't know if the cameras pick it up, but we'll put close-ups. And it'll be nice and smooth. The welds are nicely done. You just know, you feel it. You can feel it when you touch it. High quality. Now, on the casted one that comes out of Taiwan, nothing wrong with it. It'll do the job. If you're not going to keep the car forever, no problem. But after a certain amount of time, there is a lifespan for these products. And what you'll end up seeing is that if you look to the inside of this, you can see the welds, you can see what's going on. It's a lot rougher. It's casted, but the welds just will not hold up over time. Is what I have seen over time. So I want to explain that to you guys because that's important, because you do get what you pay for. So if you're supporting a company that does copies, understand that eventually you will hurt the industry, and there's a lot of that. Now, sometimes you get fooled by these companies, and one of the subjects that I really like to delve into is not just in piping and so forth, but if you guys want to, check out a video I did on the Know Your Mods. It's specifically about intercoolers. And intercoolers, and specifically, people just don't understand the technology behind them. So there is a lot of engineering out there. So if you guys like that subject or are interested in that one, I can go more into the copies that happen within the intercooler, but there's actual technology that can be put into it. So again, you're going to get what you pay for. And I'm going to make those recommendations for you guys based off that. So what do you guys think? Do you think you should just get one of the cheaper parts? And we're talking about maybe a $50 difference here, right? Where it's a $300, let's say this was a $300 item and another $50 for the real product. Is it worth it?
Yes!
It's funny to me because some of these brands have now become brands. Like some of these copying companies have become major brands in the industry, and they've started to take over, but they lack innovation. Anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I hate asking for it, but we talk about different mods in the industry. I want to hear your comments, what you guys think. Is it worth it? Do you guys spend for a little bit more? Do you support certain companies because of the engineering that goes behind it? What do you guys think? This is a capitalistic society. We have our choices. I'm all for it. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll see you guys on the next Talking Mods.